Clinton Campbell.
I do.
Yes. And officer, please state your full name and then spell it for the record.
My name is Clinton Campbell, Clinton, Campbell.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I am a detective with the Henderson Police Department. I work as a digital forensics examiner in the lab.
What does a digital forensics examiner do?
Conducts digital forensics on electronic devices.
And can you explain generally the process by which you do that?
Yes. Most of the devices we encounter are cell phones, and we'll get a cell phone from an investigator or a scene, and then take that cell phone to our lab to conduct an examination on it.
Okay. Have you received specialized education and training in order to do what you do?
Yes, I have.
And can you describe that briefly for the jury?
Yes. I attended courses at the National Computer Forensics Institute, which is put on by the Secret Service. It's a facility in Alabama where they train in digital forensics. With that training, I received certification through Celebrite as a certified operator and a certified physical analyst. I also received a certification with Magnet Forensics as a certified examiner, and I'm also a certified examiner with NW3C, which is the National White Collar Crime Center.
Okay. So the jury understands you and other detectives divide up duties when it comes to a large investigation such as this. Is that right?
Typically, yes.
In this particular case, Detective Luke Good kind of focused in on the CDR or call detail record mapping stuff. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yep.
Detective Spangler handled the Burla mapping, correct?
Yes.
And what was your main role in this investigation?
I conducted examinations on the cellular devices.
And so I want to ask you generally, when you receive items of evidence, do you document that?
Yes.
And you essentially create your own report,
Correct.
and then that report ends up getting copy and pasted or whatever into like a main officer's report.
Yes.
And in this particular case, how many devices did you receive for examination?
I don't recall. I'd have to see.
We're
my
looking at the
report.
main report, refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Page 7. Doesn't have page numbers on it, but I counted them last time. May I approach?
Yes.
So starting down here, you see your name there?
Yes.
You need your readers?
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Does that refresh your recollection as to the totality of number of devices? And you can keep going if you need to.
Yeah. Yes, there were 11 devices. I also conducted an examination on the router at the residence.
Okay.
So technically 12 devices.
Technically 12 devices. So, in looking at this report, does it appear to be consistent with what you initially documented and then provided to Detective Ozawa?
Yes.
So with that in mind, I'm going to go through the devices you received and just have you acknowledge yes or no, did you receive them, okay?
Okay.
Samsung Galaxy Z Fold cell phone,
Yes.
Samsung Galaxy Note 8 cell phone,
Yes.
Samsung Galaxy A52 5G cell phone,
Yes.
Apple iPad 6 tablet,
Yes.
LG GBX ThinQ cell phone,
Yes.
Samsung Galaxy A52 5G cell phone, another one,
Yes.
Samsung Galaxy Tab A tablet,
Yes.
Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus cell phone,
Yes.
Samsung Galaxy S5 cell phone,
Yes.
a Lenovo tablet,
Yes.
and HP laptop?
Yes.
Okay. And so when you receive all of these devices, is it you and you alone that starts to analyze them, or are you working in tandem?
We'll work in tandem typically.
Okay.
Just depends on the duties that are happening at the time.
What types of tools are you using to analyze these different types of devices?
We use hardware and software that's made to analyze the devices, and specifically we'll use like gray key or magnet forensics devices and software, as well as Celebrite.
And are you trained in all of those different softwares and hardwares?
Yes.
Is Celebrite the main one that's used for cell phones?
Yes.
And was that done in this case?
Yes.
So, of the 11 devices, did I ask you in preparation for this trial a few weeks ago to go through and see which devices were active during an operative time period?
Yes.
And did you then narrow the devices down to those that were active during August 6, 2023, around 9 or 10 p.m. up until about 9 a.m. on August 7th of 2023?
Yes.
And did you narrow that down to 3?
I did.
May I approach?
Yes.
Before court today, did you and I and the defense attorney and their digital forensics expert sit down and go through a whole bunch of exhibits that we're both going to be addressing?
Yes.
You recognize these 3?
Yes.
This would be 4, 5, and 6.
Yes.
And are these downloads from those 3 devices you narrowed down to active during the time period?
Yes.
I move for the admission of those.
What are the numbers?
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6, any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
4, 5, and 6 will be amended.
Thank you.
Permission to publish?
Commissioner granted.
Publishing 4. So in Exhibit 4, we have item number 2, note 8, Jonathan timeline. Is that correct?
Yes.
When you add the title item number 2, is that 2 on that list of all the 11?
Correct.
Okay. And then it says note 8, what does that mean?
That is the model of the device.
And then it says Jonathan timeline.
Yes.
So when you go into Celebrite, Celebrite hardware plugs into the actual phone itself, correct?
Yes.
And then that hardware and software extract the contents of the device.
Yes.
When you extract the contents, are you attempting to extract every possible thing on that phone?
Yes.
It's like a little computer, right?
Correct.
So you're trying to get everything from it, and then you can focus on different categories, et cetera, once you've taken everything from it.
Yes.
And in this particular case, with this exhibit 5, we've narrowed the timeline a bit because I would imagine that small computer has a whole lot of stuff on it. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
And so here we have 5 subfolders. And before we get into them, I want to ask you, why do you title it Jonathan? Are you able to go into a device and determine ownership?
Yes.
How do you do that?
By looking at the data that comes from the device, typically there's an owner will assign a name to it or an email, and we'll use that information.
Okay, and so you confirmed this was the Jonathan device, correct?
Yes.
So 5 separate folders. I'm going to start with call log. And I open that up just for the jury, since they're going to have this in the back. What does this PDF mean to these folders up here?
So the folders that are included with the PDF are dependencies or folders that are needed to open hyperlinks that are in the PDF. So if there's a photo or some other link that you need to open, then in the PDF you can open it straight from the PDF, but it's in those folders.
Okay. And so the PDF starts with on page 1, or it is one page, I apologize. Call logs, correct?
Yes.
And this shows, this first one in column 1, or I should say in row 1, says 8/7/23, 7/24/50 a.m. You see that?
Yes.
And it says UTC -7. Does that mean that this exhibit is already adjusted out of UTC time?
Correct.
So this should be our Pacific Daylight Time, accurate time on the date in question.
Yes.
And it shows some missed calls here.
Yes.
And then it says like the name, one's a private number, one's mom, another's mom. Then we get into Tracy Willette, private number, Tracy Willette. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. And so when I close out of this, why are these folders included in the exhibit basically?
They're typically included when the report is created, so that if there's any data that or hyperlinks that need to be linked, they would be in that folder.
Okay. And so this one looks like just a random or generic image.
Yeah.
So, but anything that's relevant to the PDF is contained up here.
Yes.
Could be audio, could be photo, could be any number of things.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna close out of that. Move on to Exhibit 6. For the record, this says item number 3A52 Devier timeline, correct?
Yes.
Then inside, oh, looks like the same title. And then we have several subfolders here, all associated with the Devier phone, correct?
Yes.
Let's start with messages. So again, inside the message folder, there's a PDF, and then there's 3 subfolders, right?
Yes.
All right. And so this would be, the PDF, I'm sorry, would be the messages that you extracted from the phone during the operative time period.
Yes.
All in chronological order, not pulling stuff out of it, correct?
Correct.
Like not picking and choosing, it's just, it's a line,
Yeah.
a timeline.
Yep. From one time frame to the next.
Got it. And then again, whatever is up here would be associated with the PDF in that exact folder.
Yes.
You have web history, UFDR locations, searches, messages, locations, images, call log, and audio, correct?
Yes.
When it comes to, if the jury sees these folders that say locations or UFDR locations, explain to them, is that something that you rely upon to determine the phone's location or not?
Not necessarily. When it comes to locations, the way that the Celebrite software pulls those out, it will pull from multiple databases, and some of those locations won't be as reliable as others because of how they're obtained by the device. For instance, if you have locations that have to do with navigation, those are going to be more accurate than ones that have to do with like a weather app or something like that. So some of the locations, the time stamps may not be accurate. So it's hard to take every single location we get in these reports as, you know, gold. We have to be careful. And Celebrite actually provides a document that shows which databases are more reliable than others.
Okay. So I'm going to row 43, just picking a random one here, August 7th at 4:18 a.m. There is a latitude and longitude over here, correct?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. So I'm gonna feel the access here. Because
No.
I'm on here. Okay. So I can log out of this.
Then maybe plug in there.
Okay, well, let's do it this way. In preparation for this case, I asked you if you were able to determine from this where this Devier device was throughout the night and into the morning of August 7th. You remember that?
I do.
And there are a bunch of GPSs, and we had a discussion about spot checking them and putting them in the maps.
Yes.
Fair to say that there is not a single location in this phone away from the Porcupine Rim address during the operative time frame I've been discussing.
The time frame being
The,
10 p.m. to 9 a.m.
yes.
And this is,
This
yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Devier device.
Yes.
So if you put in that lat long, it's going to show it at the Porcupine Rim.
Yes.
But what you're telling the jury is that that's not necessarily as reliable as you would like to rely on.
Correct.
So when it comes to location data, even though it shows them at Porcupine Rim all night, they need to be relying on the CDR cell towers for location.
It's a second verification. Yes.
Okay. And if the jury wants, they can just check these on a map,
Yes, they could.
lat and long.
Yes.
In this particular device, did I ask you to look at this device and see if you could tell whether the person who had this device was using it throughout the night into the morning hours that we've described?
Yes.
Were you able to see if there was active use on the phone?
There was some. Yes.
What was that?
There was some Instagram use. There were messages I think sent. That's what I can recall right now.
Okay. So, are there gonna be artifacts on a phone if, for example, if someone leaves a phone alone, goes somewhere else, and that phone receives, say, an email in the background, is that gonna show as received?
It can show on the phone. Yes.
Okay, but you do have ways, for example, with Instagram, to see if someone's actively using the device.
Depending on what database that data comes from that you're looking at.
And with this exhibit, this Devier phone, this device, was it in use, like active use, not passive use,
At certain points, yes.
throughout the evening
Yes.
and into the morning?
I don't recall the time frames for into the morning.
Can you look at, where can I go to show you, or to verify? Was it the web history?
Well, these are just specific to the time frame, and there we've pulled out just the messages, just the searches. So I don't. You'd have to pull up the UFDR report
Okay.
to see some of that other stuff.
And the UFDR report is actually the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna pause there. We're gonna have a break, and we might do that a
Okay.
little bit later, so let's move on. Going now to exhibit four. That says item number 1, Z-fold Devyn timeline, correct?
Yes.
This particular device, did you actually download this 2 times?
I only downloaded it once.
You being your team.
Yes.
What was the purpose of doing it twice? Like, why would you have to do it twice?
I'm not sure on why the detective wanted to do that, but I could assume.
Okay, well, I don't want you to assume, but fair to say you're asked to check it once up until August 7th when the phone is seized,
Yes.
and then you're asked again to do it all the way up until August 16th or so?
Yes.
Okay. So within this folder, we have a whole bunch of subfolders yet again, correct?
Yes.
And this would include messages, locations, images, calls and call logs, audio, UFDR locations, web history, correct?
Yes.
And so as an example, let's go to the call log. Once again, in that subfolder, you have a PDF and then some supporting folders, correct?
Yes.
So with this particular device, I'm going to jump down to rows 17 to 18. Or no, let me back up. So let's start with 10:58 p.m. That appears to be an outgoing call to Devyn at 10:58.
Yes.
Then there's a bunch of these Michaels home incoming. Does that mean this phone is receiving calls from Michaels home?
Yes.
11:11:40, 11:12, 11:13, 11:13, 11:14. You see those?
Yes.
And these are missed calls.
Yes.
11:16, 11:18, 11:20. You see those?
Yes.
Some of those went to voicemail.
Yes.
Some were, and none of them appear to be answered, correct?
Correct.
And I'm gonna keep scrolling. All missed up until 11:59 p.m., correct?
Yes.
And then at 6:54 a.m. there is an answered call from a unsaved number, I guess, 485-5180, correct?
Yes.
That would be outgoing.
Yes.
And then an outgoing call to Jonathan Willette at 7:24 a.m.
Yes.
And it says answered.
Yes.
At 8:13 a.m. outgoing call to Jonathan Willette and it says answered.
Yes.
These are all the supporting files, correct?
Yes.
And that would be the same for any of these folders that the jury would like to open.
Correct.
At some point last week, did I send you a bunch of DFL Celebrite reports that the defense had provided me for you to verify?
Yes.
And did you in fact verify those they're from the phone, they're from the devices, they're actually contained within the devices?
Yes.
Mike, I'm gonna need your exhibits, just to see that.
May I approach? And just for the record, the things you reviewed started with defense A through Z2, and you and the defense attorney, myself, and their expert went back and verified these in the back room before trial.
Yes.
There are a couple of very specific items I asked you to look into. Is that right?
Yes.
There was a suggestion that there was a gun photo on Devier's phone from August 7th. You remember that?
Yes.
And did I ask you to look into that and say, hey, you know, was Devier looking at a gun photo on August 7th or creating one? You remember that?
I do remember
And
that.
did you create a separate report for that?
Yes.
Showing you 651. Does that appear to be the 6-hour photos that we referenced?
Yes.
And Judge, I'd move for the admission of 651.
Any objection?
I could approach briefly.
Yes.
I move for the admission of 651.
No objection.
651 will be in my hand.
This is in. Well, it's not loading yet. Oh, maybe it is.
Yeah, it's a blank page, that first one.
Sorry. This information on the third page, what is this telling the jury?
It's basically the version of the software that we used and then the device information or the source extraction.
Got it. And so these photos were what I asked you to look into?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start as an example with 12, row 12. What type of information do you have about this device? I'm sorry, this photo.
Okay. It shows on that first pane the name of the photo itself, what it was named, as well as the path that you can find that in the database. Then that second pane shows the metadata for the photo, meaning the camera that took the photo, the model, what time, different information about the photo itself, and then obviously that last one is a thumbnail of the photo.
What does capture time mean?
That's typically when the picture was taken by
Okay.
whatever camera or device.
So these all appear to be 7:15 of 22. Right?
Yes.
Nothing on 8/7.
No.
Show you another one. $664. What are we looking at here?
I did a reverse image search on one of the photos in question.
What does that mean?
Means you can take basically a image or a photo that you have, put it into Google. Google will look at that picture and tell you if it exists anywhere else on the internet, for instance.
And this is with specific regard to a gun photo that I provided to you that was provided to me by the defense.
Yes.
I move the admission of 664.
Any objection to 651?
No, Your Honor.
654 will be in there.
Thank you. So showing you the second image there, this one is the image in question, correct?
Yes.
Purported to be Devier on August 7th, but you actually researched that, correct?
Yes.
What are we seeing here?
So I placed that photo in Google Images so that I could do a reverse search, and it was on several different websites. This one was one of them. It's like a concealed carry website where they're advertising.
Okay. And what does cache data mean?
So applications will cache photos into folders or databases so that you can see them later more quickly. If you're familiar with like internet cookies, it's the same, it's a similar concept where it'll fill a folder with photos. For instance, if you're scrolling on Instagram, it will cache folders that or photos that you may not have gotten to yet in that feed, so that when you get there, or if you have a poor signal, you'll be able to see those faster.
So fair to say that this particular image is not an image captured on Devyn's device on August 7th of 2023.
Yeah, it was in a cache folder.
May I approach?
Yes.
Showing you 667.
My kid would have a field day with that exhibit number. You recognize this?
Yes.
This is one that was prepared just in the back with defense counsel and their expert. Is that right?
Yes.
I move for the admission of 667.
Any objection to 667?
No, your objection.
Okay, 667 will do it a minute.
Fair to say this is a text conversation between Devyn Willette and whom? Is this the one with Dad?
1536.
Let me just go back.
Yeah.
Dad?
Yes.
And this is several pages. The jury will have it if they want to look through it. But there was some text messages referenced on the very last page, 37. Where apparently Dad is finding out Devyn is married to the defendant. Does that look about right?
Yes.
And then there's a last text between them was July 2nd of 23, and it's to Devyn, Dad saying, hey.
Yes.
Did you want that? Did I want that? We moved the admission of 608.
Any objection
It's
to
just the head.
608?
I don't know why it's set up.
Any objection to 608?
No, Your Honor.
608 will be a minute.
May I approach?
Yes.
Showing you 614.
Recognize that?
Yes.
And is that an image from the defendant's phone?
Yes.
The Devyn phone?
Yes.
Move for the admission of 614.
Any objection to 614?
No, Your Honor.
614 will be a minute.
And that's just one of many family type photos.
Yes.
Showing you already admitted 431. Have you ever seen this image before?
Yes.
Okay. This was suggested to be an injury. Did you look into this phone and do some research on whether or not that was an old healed injury?
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
Showing you states 665. Recognize that?
Yes.
What does that appear to be?
Photos of a hand injury.
Okay.
Move the admission of 665.
Any objection to 665?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
665 will be admitted.
And just for the record, I'm putting back up 431. That was the right hand first two knuckles, the pointer finger and the middle finger, correct?
Yes.
I'm just going to jump to, well, let's start with page 1. You find some images where Devere had a pretty significant injury to those fingers,
Yes.
and the dates associated with those photos?
Yeah, I can't read that on the screen. Sorry. December 5th of 2022.
We've got some digger photos just to show you. So page 7, page 8, see that?
Yes.
Fair to say pretty significant gashes to the pointer finger and the middle finger at the knuckle.
Yes.
There's actually some medical paperwork too.
Yes.
December 19th, 2022 is the date. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Your exhibit U. I gave him all the exhibits.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, because you're the making of that hand. The one I'm getting there all right there. That's
What do you mean?
and U was not included in that stack, so it should still be in the back.
It is admitted.
No, U was not included.
So would it be in the not admitted?
Information of what?
What is this?
L? It's true U.
L through U, any objection
Good job.
No objection.
to? L through U will be admitted.
sorry for the confusion. So, defense L through U is a conversation that I think the jury has seen part of this. Liar, cheater, liar, cheater.
Yes.
Who is this conversation between?
This is between Devyn and Devere.
And then there's a bunch of stuff on and on, relationship stuff. And it ends at U, it says clearly not cheating.
Yes.
What's the date and time on that?
I can't see it,
Let
sorry.
me zoom.
8/5/23 at 5 a.m.
Okay. That's not the last text in that chain, correct?
No.
Showing you exhibit
666. Spooky.
Yes.
This includes the last text on that chain, correct?
Yes.
I've moved the admission of 666.
No objection.
66 will be the minute.
So on page 1, this is the liar cheater stuff, right?
Yes.
I want a divorce, a bunch of back and forth. Keep your alcohol. I'll see you when I'm off. Don't bother. It's not a bother. I really am over this. Honestly, sounds like a personal problem. Just relationship stuff, right?
Yes.
And then at the end, what we see is that conversation goes on. Some cheating accusations and stuff, right?
Yes.
And I want to focus in on this last one. What are we looking at here?
It's a message sent on 8/6/23 at 10:36 p.m. from Devier to Devyn's device. Says, "See you when you get back. I'm going to sleep. Girls are in the living room."
At 10:36 p.m. on August 6th of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. I will pass the witness.
Ross?
Your Honor, may we approach real quickly?
Yes. Understand on your oath,
Yes, Your Honor.
okay? Whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, Detective Campbell. I'm going to start with just a few things that were touched on your direct from the state. This slide was brought up, and it sounded like, and we reviewed it, it was a report that you generated at the direction of the District Attorney's Office, correct?
Yes.
We'd referenced it, the defense had referenced it in their opening statement. It says that it was modified on 8/7, is that correct?
Yes.
I don't think the state was trying to mislead you, but what was testified to, what was brought up about this is that it was accessed or looked at that day. Is that what that time says?
Not necessarily. Accessed by the device, yes.
Okay. So it could have been accessed that morning and that time, correct?
Yes.
And that's what that shows.
Yes.
It wasn't made that day. It was just
No.
okay. Now, there's a few things I want to go to, and I know that we've talked about how we've stipulated and gone through a lot of these things, but one of the things that was brought up yesterday in the crime scene with Detective Ozawa was collection of evidence. And you were given a list of electronics to go through and examine, correct?
Yes.
Did you ever examine an Xbox,
No.
a Nintendo Switch?
No.
I'm pulling up, and I have a thumb drive here the exhibits on here have been stipulated to, so I don't know if I should be referring to this as, what number or letter would this be?
It's your next in line?
Yes, we have a thumb drive. Instead of having all the exhibits for the jury to hold on time, I just put them all in one so they can access it.
Next one will be B4.
B4. Thank you. So on B4, I have a bunch of, let me go back here a little bit. I've got a bunch of files that we're just going to go to, and these are things that have been provided to the defense, and our own experts looked at this. It's stuff that was on the phones. So right here, there's a, this is a text message chain with Devier, and it looks like potentially some of his friends. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger because I know it's a little bit smaller up there.
Thank you.
And the name of this chat, it says Legend of Dick Combat. This is something that you haven't seen, right? I mean, you saw it previously today, but this is not something you were asked to examine.
Correct.
This was on his phone between his friends talking about their gaming. Is that what it seems to be?
Yes.
So, Devier is known to be a gamer from the messages that we saw on the phone between him and Devyn. But you were never asked by Detective Ozawa or anyone to analyze an Xbox about anything.
No.
When you're going through the text messages of Devier, I know that they said that they wanted you to look at Jonathan Willette, Devier Willette, and Devyn Michaels, but was there anyone else that you were asked to focus on?
No.
And just kind of along the same lines of the Xbox, do you recognize these at all?
Just from what I saw previously today.
And if I told you they were from Devyn's cell phone showing Devier playing Xbox and that he was a big gamer, would you have any reason to disagree with me?
No.
And there's even more messages that we got from Miss Michaels' phone from the Celebrite extraction, talking about the video gaming. Because obviously it seems like he was a big gamer from reviewing all these messages, correct?
Yes.
Now, in going through the text messages, were you asked to look at the conversations between Devyn and Jonathan?
Yes.
And I apologize, I'm just going through the files that are on this thumb drive that's on B4. And I'll say the name of the file on this one, I apologize. It's Devyn and Jonathan Cordial Conversations PDF. So I'm actually going to go down a little bit here. It's kind of a long file. I think there's 200 and some pages on this extraction that was created. Now, who would this, from what you're seeing, who would this be to? Can you tell which parties are which?
Just by the phone number, a lot of times the names or whatever they put in the phone, but the 9242 phone number to someone else, I'm not sure.
Okay, and if I told you that these are messages between Devyn and Jonathan, would you have any reason to disagree with me?
No.
Just on this message from 8/2/2023. I'm doing good, trying to hustle up $50 someday or somehow today. I have Saturday for sure, but need gas. It's 2 trips to Las Vegas, to St. Rose. I also have turf next week. And then also I'm getting up early to get the girls used to getting up for school. You see that?
Yes.
And what was the date of that one?
August 2nd, 23 at 8:18 a.m.
On another one on August 2nd, I'm gonna have good things happen for me today. It's just early. And it looks like she responds, great things. Correct?
Yes.
And that's around the time, you said 10:03 in the morning?
Yep, same day at 10:03, yes.
I'm going to jump around a little bit because this will go back to the jury and they'll be able to see these conversations. So on 10-2, later on that day, that evening, it looks like a list on ribs, crab legs. It looks like maybe like a dinner list or food that they're getting.
Yes.
And then they ask what kind of drinks, and they're talking about getting Coca-Colas, what it looks like, some kind of sodas.
Sorry, sir, you just have to answer that, right?
Yes.
No kind of crazy fighting text from just your observation of these text messages, right?
Not in these that I've seen. No.
And this is the this is Devyn Michael or a Devyn medical activity file on the thumb drive. So if I zoom in on this, do you know which phone this came from?
I don't see it in here. It says it's an SD card backup. I believe that was from Devyn's phone.
Okay. And on this kind of, I zoomed in a little bit. I forget that those ones are a little. Looks like a picture of Miss Michaels in the hospital.
Yes.
Looks like some medical records of her going to the hospital.
Yes.
Let me zoom out here a little bit. There's just a few more. And that's what that looks like. Those came from her phone, correct?
Yes.
Now I'm going between Devyn and Devier. And who does this look like? I'm sorry, yeah, Devyn and Devier. These messages were previously addressed by the state, but we put them in here for the jury to have easier access to them. But do you know what number that came from, that top one? Liar, cheater, liar, cheater?
It doesn't look like it shows here.
Let me go down a little bit and pull. See if I get the extraction one. There you go. Does it say there?
Yes.
And that's
That's
Devier's phone.
Devier's phone. Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, counsel, can we just clarify who sent it?
That was Devyn to Devier. Now I'm clicking on Jonathan and Devier text. This appears to be the extraction from Devier, or the exchange between Jonathan and Devier, correct?
Yes.
And it goes on for a while because this, I mean, it starts back on this extraction starts back on October of 2021, correct?
Yes.
And then it goes all the way down to looks like July 2nd of 2023.
Yeah.
And the last file on this is the messages between Jonathan and Yoko. Is that what those numbers look like up there in this exchange? I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of moving it fast.
Between Jonathan and who?
Yoko.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes.
And this goes all the way up to July of 29 of 2023.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
That last message. All right. Now, I'm not going to bore the jury with all the exhibits. Like I said, they'll have an opportunity to look back at them, and we may touch on them later on. But what I'd like to do is, in your investigation, you weren't at the crime scene, were you?
I was.
Okay, and then was it you that takes inventory of what to grab, or does someone tell you?
That time someone told me.
Okay, that time meaning when you were out there, or when they came to your office and said, hey, go through all of these?
Meaning since that time, we've gone to scenes to collect devices ourselves.
Okay.
And have input on what gets collected.
So when you show up to the scene, do you have an idea of what's going on, or do they just say some devices need to be looked at or collected, and you're going to take them back and look at them?
So in this particular instance, I was called just to go and do a router interrogation. So I had no input or had no idea what other devices were there.
Were you given any details of the incident before arriving?
Yes.
On the router, that was a Cox panoramic router, correct? Sound
Yes.
about right?
Yes.
During that interrogation, you took photos of the device and you collected the router logs that were stored.
Yes.
And you took photos of that?
I don't recall if I took photos of the logs or if I just collected the logs themselves. But I took photos of the router.
You didn't, okay. And the evidence law, or the logs, were those given to Detective Ozawa, or do you make the determination on what's important and give it to Detective Ozawa?
I don't recall if they were given to Detective Ozawa. Normally I would, yes, but I don't recall in this case if they were.
And if I told you, let me see here. In your report, in the 18-page report authored by Detective Ozawa, let me see here. I'll give you a page number here in a second.
Court's indulgence. I don't know if it's that number. I know you were kind of making it. Still. Still there. Sorry. I think it's just this word or not.
So it says that you collected the data logs for Detective Ozawa, and that's what you did, correct?
Yes.
And did you discuss that with him, or the findings of those?
I don't recall for sure. I probably did.
I don't want you to guess, but you don't remember having any significant conversation with him.
I don't.
Fair to say that the router didn't have much on it for you to go back and tell Detective Ozawa.
That's correct.
Now, when we get into all the devices, there's 11 devices plus the router, so there was 12.
Yes.
I want to clear up a few things. You talked about the UFDR as the complete file, or download of a phone.
Yes.
Now, the UFDR, is that something that when you extract the phone, you get that and that's the whole thing, or is that something you are focused in on?
No, the UFDR is like a full report of all the data from the phone.
Is a UFDR different from a UD or UFD?
I'm not sure.
The UFDR it's a reader, right? Like you put in it all and it spits out what you are kind of looking for, right? So if it's a certain phone, certain things, it's marked for you, correct?
What do you mean by marked?
When you put it in, when you extract the phone, and then you put it into the Celebrite, and then do you click on what you want, or is it just a whole thing and then you decide what to do?
There are different settings in the Celebrite software, but where you can, after it's processed everything in Physical Analyzer, you can create a UFDR report You can change that by time frame if you want, or include just specific things.
And then was your UFDR, was it one that you had changed the settings on, or was it a full one?
It was a full one.
Okay. Now, when you go through your findings on these phones, you give it to Detective Ozawa to review.
Yes.
Is there any other follow-up of the phone? Or let me go back. You go through the phones, you tell Detective Ozawa, and that's it, right?
Normally, yes.
If in a complete investigation, wouldn't a detective like Detective Ozawa want to go further deep in it, or does he just trust what you have to say?
No, so typically we'll create that report of the entire data from the phone.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give that to the investigator, and the investigator will go through and look for the evidence that they need.
Do you know if Detective Ozawa went through this?
I don't know.
Court's indulgence. In your report to Detective Ozawa, it states what you did, but I'm kind of hitting on this is that it's his job to follow up, and if there's anything more that he wants, he's got to. It's up to him, correct?
Yes.
Any more artifacts, meaning the things that potentially could be left out of a report, or if there's anything that he, goes through?
Yes.
And did he ever do that with any of the devices?
I don't know.
Do you remember going through the HP laptop?
Yes.
Anything of any evidentiary value on there?
No.
And so Detective Ozawa, when he went through his investigation, as far as you know, he just used your report to come to his conclusions or direct his investigation, correct?
Yes.
He never came back and asked for any kind of follow-up or anything more that he needed from you?
I don't remember. I know that we, to prepare for trial, I started assisting in going through the devices, and so, but I don't recall if back initially if there was any, collaboration between him and I.
Court's indulgence. No further questions, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
Sir, does the system collect deleted messages?
It can, yes.
Would examination of the home router show activity for the Nintendo Switch or the Xbox?
Most of the activity that on this router in specifically, and on most routers, is it just shows connected devices. The other logs are like system logs, and that don't really give us much information.
You have no questions? Perhaps you have a question? All right, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any further questions for this witness? Okay, seeing no response, sir, you are excused. Thank you very much for your testimony here today.
Thank you.
Can counsel approach?
Judge. Detective, with regard to the router at home, you said it logs connected devices.
Yes.
If I have a router at my home, my line connects to it, it's going to show connected consistently, correct?
Yes.
If my device is at home.
Yes.
So there's not really much information you can glean from the router.
Correct.
Thank you.
Any follow-up, Mr. Herbert, based on the jury question?
Yes, just briefly. Do you remember where the router was that you interrogated? What address it was?
I don't remember it was on Paladura.
Did you conduct a router search at Porcupine?
I never went to that residence.
No further questions.
Any follow-up, Steve?
No, thank you.
Do ladies and gentlemen, do you have any further questions for this witness? Okay, seeing no further, sir, you are excused this time. Thank you very much for your testimony here today.
Thank you.